This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2. Welcome to Daily Blast Live. It's Monday, November 18th. I'm here with Stephanie and Brandon. I'm Jeff. Erica has the night off, but we'll be catching up with her a little later in the show. She's actually in Atlanta doing some promotions for the show.
Killing
at our sister station, Sister Circle. Yep.
That's a lot of sisters.
Yeah, so we have some cool stuff coming up later in the week with Erica, and we're going to be talking about her a little later in the show.
A little later?
Stick around.
I can't wait. Miss you, Erica.
All right, guys. Everybody loves Raymond actress Patricia Heaton's husband is under fire right now. He's the executive producer of her new CBS show, Carol's Second Act. Two writers are accusing him of inappropriately touching them. They both quit because of the way human resources and the show's bosses handle the complaints. So, I mean, this is a big name for CBS.
Yeah.
I'm sure they paid her a lot of money. I'm sure this was a franchise they thought would go for a long time. The husband's the executive producer. It seems like CBS keeps taking some hits.
Yeah, and I think that they're going to have to throw him under the bus to kind of save face a little bit because, I mean, if you think about Les Moonves, you think about Charlie Rose, you think about the fact that even after that, they came in and implemented and put together a whole new HR system and something for people to be able to go and report. And then you have this, like one of the women said that she went to HR and told them that she didn't want him fired, she just wanted him educated, and they still dropped the ball on this one. So this makes CBS look terrible, and they may have to throw this guy under the bus.
What if they fire him and Patricia's not happy,
he's left.
right?
He's left of his own accord. He's literally said, I'm done, I'm gone. So he's packed up and left. But the problem here is with CBS, they've got a major trust issue now because this is a very repetitive pattern. And like Brandon just said, back in May, they actually sent out a big email to all their employees saying, you know, we're going to change, we're going to take this really seriously, we're here for you. And then this has happened again. The women were saying he inappropriately touched me on my thigh. Another member of other areas of the body, and obviously he's saying he has no recollection of that ever happening. He completely denies all allegations, just to be clear. But I just think, you know, again, it's to me it questions more CBS, like what is going on there.
Let me ask you a question, Steph, because I know it's totally necessary, the whole Me Too movement, and it's definitely have changed things for the better. Do you think any men in power, men who've never done anything like this, our hands are clean, are kind of fearful of taking on a number two in command as a woman or having women around them in fear that something might happen? Just like it might be in their heads, but do you think that this kind of regresses the Me Too movement? This is just a question I'm asking.
I think it'll make everyone a lot more conscious and aware of their actions and like simple things like how they normally act day to day with people. My dear friend, my lovely manager, John Ferreter, who passed away, I know he sat down and spoke with me and we had a very close relationship, and he said, Stephanie, a lot of people now can't act the same way. Like, I can't be hugging you and be all friendly with you because that could be misinterpreted. And so, I mean, people have definitely changed how they act towards other people, and they just sometimes people are just very friendly and loving, and it can be misconstrued. Right.
Well, good conversation. All right, guys. Jennifer Lopez is earning Oscar buzz for her movie Hustlers. Is she? That's what it says in the prompter. But in a new interview with GQ, she says she did it all for free because J-Lo banked on herself to get the movie made, which she also starred in and produced. While she may not have been paid during the production, she most likely made money after the success of the film at the box office. So a lot of people who aren't in the business don't really know what this means.
Explain it, please.
It means that they're just taking exactly what I said right there. They're thinking the movie's going to be a hit and they want the back end money. So whether it goes to DVD or how much money it makes at the box office, that's when they make their money. And if it's a good movie and it makes a lot of money, you could strike it, you know, I'm sure she's already rich, but you can make a good fortune off the back end. But if it fails, you're putting all your money into that basket.
Okay, let's be real. I'm sure she's already rich. J-Lo is worth $400 million. So this is a woman that's in a very fortunate position to be able to say, you know what, I won't take the paycheck, I'll see how this does. I guarantee, like, the most of America are nowhere near in that position. So it's great for her. She absolutely killed it. I think her acting was fantastic. The storyline, so. But
you watched it.
Yeah, I watched it, and I thought she did a really great job. But
Oscar?
you know, I don't think the movie's worth an Oscar. I think her performance was probably Oscar worthy because she was honestly fantastic, but the storyline was pretty naff.
Here's why I think that, you know, we're kind of one and the same, Jeff. Here's why guys like us, we love this. I love this from J-Lo for her to do this, that she banked on herself because Like, yeah, she's worth $400 million. She doesn't need the money, but this is a thing about pride. This is a thing about me putting my blood, sweat, and tears into something, and I'm doing what? I'm banking on me. I'm banking on me being able to produce, put together a right cast, put together a movie, and make what they call like the new ladies anthem or something. It's like a movement, she was saying, because in movies, she was saying in the past that guys would be able to take advantage of women in movies, and now they flipped that, and now Hustlers has become a success. So in Hollywood, sometimes you got to go out on that limb. Just how many jobs did you do for free before you got DBL?
Absolutely.
Same with you, Stephanie.
Yeah,
We've had conversations before.
I know all of that, and I completely agree. And I love Jennifer Lopez. Don't get me wrong, but you got to think she knows this is going to be a hit because of the people that are in that movie. There's a lot of big names, so just her name alone is going to draw in those numbers. And for the rest of us mere mortals, we can't come to work every day for free and just hope that one day we're going to get like $1 million. Like, it's not real life, is it, for most people? No, but she's not doing it for free.
Yeah, but she's
not, because she knew she was going to get the box office hit money at the
but
end.
not if it,
That's not for free, is
if it flops.
If it was a Geely.
It was never going to flop. She knew she was going to get
I'm sure, like you said, I'm sure she thought Geely was going to be a hit too. Her and Ben Affleck sounds good on paper. Not on print, whatever it is. All right. Speaking of bacon on yourself, Kylie Jenner is cashing in on her cosmetics. Raquel, what is going on?
Well, Jeff, Kylie Jenner just sold off a major stake of her cosmetic company. The beauty mogul has owned 100% of her company since she started back in 2015, making her the youngest self-made billionaire. But she's handed over more than half of it to Coty, a makeup company that owns brands like CoverGirl. She'll get $600 million for the deal, and Coty will get a chance to reach a younger audience, hoping to bank on her 270 million followers on social media. Kylie will still remain on board as its creative leader.
Thank you, Raquel. Listen, I'm not even mad at her.
No.
Why would you be mad?
Well, a lot of people hate the Kardashians for different reasons, and they say the momager and all this, but $600 million cashed in and still owns 49% of the company.
She's winning.
That's big business, and I like the way that she's going to stay on with the creative, because I don't know, a lot of people have said that her makeup line, like the actual quality of the makeup, isn't as good as some of the other brands. So the fact that she can pair up with a reputable makeup line like this only helps and is going to put more money in her pocket, right?
So I think that was really the case when she first launched, and I think she was definitely trial and testing different, obviously, manufacturers in China and whatever.
Yeah.
But then she really honestly listened to her fans, her sales, what they call purchasing people, I don't know.
Yeah.
And she really listened to all the feedback, and she really worked on the products, and I honestly think they're fantastic. And you got to think, Kylie Jenner's not actually sat there stirring the makeup pot and making it all herself. She teams up with other brands that actually make it, and she just puts her logo on it, let's be real.
Cha-ching!
Yeah,
and she outsourced that whole, she had 4 employees, I believe, something like that.
She outsources everything.
And everything was outsourced, and she cashed in.
And then she just sells it in. I mean, she's killing it.
What am I doing with my life?
You're not with a Kardashian.
DBL, we're working on that.
That's right, we are. But you know who is with a Kardashian? Kanye West. He just dropped Jesus is King, but he's already hard at work on his next album. He tweeted this photo with Dr. Dre teasing part 2. And yesterday, Kanye spoke at Joel Osteen's mega church in Houston. Let's listen.
Jesus has won the victory. Because now I told you about my arrogance and cockiness already. Now, the greatest artist that God has ever created is now working for him.
So is Kanye the new celebrity preacher? Because he already has his Sunday service. I mean, so he kind of already is.
I mean, did you see that audience? That was 16,000 people turning up on an 11 a.m. morning on a Sunday to listen to Kanye. I mean, look at that. That was fantastic. Can we pull that up again 1 single second more? Like, look.
It looked more than 16,000, I'll be honest with you.
It was 16,000.
16,000, right?
I thought it was 60. From what I read online, that was 16,000 people came to watch it. I mean, that's incredible.
Some people are mad at Kanye for whatever reason for doing this. I'm not mad at him.
How can we be mad at them?
He's doing good. He's not doing bad.
Absolutely, because if you look at the people who, not to get biblical or anything, who God uses people who's actually been through some stuff. Now, this guy's had a success story. He's had a roller coaster of a life. He lost his mother. He's found love. He's trying to be a great father now. So if we get the message from someone who's always been a do-gooder, then I can't relate to you. Yeah, I can't relate to you at all. So for him to be able to do this, I'm okay with it.
What about the narcissism? Are you guys? To me, that's just Kanye.
That is Kanye, but that's also why those people have all turned up. It's what they want to see. Yeah. It's what they want to hear, right?
I want to hear Gary Busey be Gary Busey. Exactly. I don't want to hear him on the straight and narrow. Good one, Jeff. DBL is live. Still ahead, Bravo unveils a new Real Housewives franchise. Guess where? In Salt Lake City. Will you guys be watching? Your comments are coming up. And the feud between Taylor Swift and her former record label heats up. Don't miss our debate that caught the eye of her most loyal fans. You don't want to miss it.
With a luxury included Caribbean vacation to Sandals Resorts. Watch Daily Blast Live every day for a word of the day. Then enter at dailyblastlive.com/sandals for your chance to win a 4-day, 3-night escape for 2. The winner will be announced on DBL November 26th. Stop dreaming and start entering for your chance to win the trip of a lifetime.
If you have a child
this November, DBL is better than ever.
we're gonna go with that.
Don't miss a minute of Daily Blast Live.
Okay, all right.
All professional. Are we supposed to start? We're just giving Mike a hard time.
Awkward pause.
So we were talking about Joel Osteen. I think Stephanie thought that was like they'd come out to see
I
Kanye.
knew that he was very famous, and I knew that he was, is the right word, a preacher?
Yeah, definitely.
A preacher. So I knew that was the case, but I didn't realize that he had that kind of standing ovation and crowd every single weekend.
It's called a mega church.
That's amazing.
Did you ever, y'all don't have that in the UK?
No.
What do you think the biggest church is in the UK?
Oh gosh, that's really asking. I don't know.
A couple hundred people.
Yeah,
Do they have churches like that?
We don't know.
Like
Not that's a
preachers
stadium. That's like a stadium.
There's the South. I mean, it's probably everywhere, but the South is real big.
I mean, it looks
Jake's has
amazing.
one.
That makes. I'm not gonna lie. If that was here, that would make me want to go to experience something like that because I can imagine the energy of all those people. I bet that's amazing.
They're good. I've been. It's like Southern Baptist Church is what it is, and I've been with Jordan to her church, and it's like kind of a mega church, not 16,000, maybe.
So what's a mega? Oh, 1,000.
Yeah, I mean, it's big. They have the whole choir in there, but the preacher really is captivating. I mean, he gets his message across. It's very entertaining. They take a piece of what they're going to talk about today and kind of let you apply it to your real life. So I liked it. I did like it. But there's a whole nother thing that turn people off with the tithing. I'm not saying anything, but that's when you pass around and you give money back to the church. I just don't. I think these messages are great. I don't like when these guys are flying around in private jets and these crazy.
See, in England, we just don't have that level.
I know. I don't like that. For some reason, it's like
religion.
It doesn't connect. You're profiting off of people's goodwill when you should be giving back to the church. That's just my opinion. If you do tithe and believe in all that, trust me, keep doing what you're doing.
Just be a good person.
Yeah. But it just some kind of way. 15. Welcome back to DBL. We're giving a shout out to our own Erica Cobb. She's in Atlanta hanging out with the ladies of Sister Circle. She was on that show today, as we mentioned earlier, and it looks like she had an amazing time. Way to go, Erica. Can't wait to hear all about it. And speaking of Erica, a debate between her and Brandon. You guys saw it right here on Friday that went viral over the weekend. Brandon and her got heated about the feud between Taylor Swift and Scooter Braun, the guy who owns her former record label. Let's refresh your memory.
Taylor Swift came up through YouTube. She has an entire library. That library didn't belong to her. That's the reason why she made the moves that she made. But then her masters were sold to someone who she has felt has been her adversary. My number one question in all of this, since everyone keeps saying she's allowed to play her music, is if it wasn't a shady deal, why was Taylor not given the opportunity to buy what she should have been the first person to be given the opportunity to buy? Her music was sold, the masters, in a private sale. Now they're coming back and saying, well, you're allowed to play it. It sounds like they want to own more than the masters. It sounds like they want to be the master, and I have a major problem with that.
Ooh, and Swifties went wild online. They even set up an Erica fan club account. And they're calling themselves cobblers. Sorry, Brandon. Scooter Braun is sharing his side of the story as well. He says he was not involved in the label's decision, and he tried calling Taylor, but she won't pick up. We have all heard that excuse before. Earlier today, we chatted with Erica to see what else she has to say on this subject. Let's watch.
Our co-host Erica Cobb joining us from WXIA in Atlanta. So Erica, since you've now become very beloved by Swifties, we definitely want your take on Scooter's response. So has your opinion changed at all now that Scooter has come forward saying he was not involved in these negotiations, and that he's since been trying to reach out to Taylor, but she's not picking up his calls? What do you make of that?
I don't know if it really changes the narrative of the story and what's making Taylor Swift fans really frustrated. I think, to be honest, it kind of reads as a very successful man coming forward and claiming to be the innocent victim of privilege. I don't know a whole lot about, but I would like to understand it more. Clearly, we don't know what's happening, like the X's and O's and what's happening behind the scenes, but I think it would almost be more beneficial for someone in Scooter's position just to speak directly to the people who are wanting to find out what the truth truly is. I think transparency is everything. So, I mean, a lot of us are talking about it, and I'm sure that Scooter would never see this, but if he really wants to be transparent, I think he should just come on and I'll sit down with him. I know that there's a lot of people out there who just want to hear from him, and it would probably be beneficial just to hear from him face to face.
Well, before we let you go, I want to know something, Erica. Is there anything that you want to say to your new fan base, the Cobblers? I love the name so much. Oh,
hey,
God.
Cobblers.
Yeah,
that's so funny because that was my nickname in like 7th and 8th grade, Cobbler. So, hey to all you cobblers out there. I hope that I don't disappoint you, because I know for all of the public praise, public rebuke can also come. So, you know, I'm just a person who likes to share my point of view like the rest of you. It's just, that's what I do for my livelihood.
And that's not all. Big Machine Records announced earlier today that Taylor is clear to perform all of her songs at the AMAs, and it's going to be interesting when the AMAs come around if she's going to use this platform to make like a statement,
you know,
striking back.
Big Machine Records, they got strong armed by the Swifties.
Ooh, you're doubling down?
Oh, no, I'm just saying, all weekend. Let me tell you about these Swifties.
What happened? What happened?
Brandon, I think, got fired
Let me tell you, they were going at me. They were in my @mentions the entire time. They were calling me all types of names and stuff like that. But I get it. I get why. This woman, Taylor Swift, has had a huge impact on a lot of people's lives. She's fought for artists and all that in the past. But one thing I would really agree with you, Erica Cobb, and I'm glad we had that discourse. And I'm glad we talked it out right after, because I still love you. I love that smile and all. But one thing, I want transparency, and a lot of people want transparency when it comes to Scooter and from Taylor Swift on this whole thing. So it's not just picking sides. It's actually hearing facts and hearing what's going down behind the scenes. So thank you, Erica Cobb. I'm glad you had a great time. Swifties, can I be y'all's friend now?
Enough with the DM. Sorry, guys. We'll be right back.
If you're between the 8th.
Welcome to Fast Blast, Entertainment Edition, where I give you some headlines you might have missed. So let's get started with Elton John, who seems to be having a hard time saying goodbye. He just added several more dates to his farewell tour, which is going to go on till next year. And having seen his last show a few months ago, I get it. I get why it would be tough. He's an amazing performer, and you can tell he loves what he does, so it'd be tough to let go. And as one tour ends, another begins. Camila Cabello is getting back on the road. She has a new album in the works too. It's called Romance, and it comes out December 6th. No word if Shawn Mendes will be making an appearance, because I can't even remember the last time they were seen apart. Now, do you get stressed out in traffic? Adele may be the answer for that. Scientists in Brazil did a small study, and they found that the piano in her songs helps people calm down while they're behind the wheel. They call it a release of cardiac stress. Now, I'm not so sure about that, but what is your go-to car music, DBL Nation? I want to know. And that's it for the headlines. See you next time.
This November, DBL is better than ever. We're talking with the father of school shooting victim, Kendrick Castillo.
You know, he was my best friend, and he was the love of his mother's life.
A woman finds out her mother's fertility doctor may be the father.
I'm thinking my dad is not my biological father.
Meeting a transgender mountain climber determined to conquer the world.
Took the risk of becoming my authentic self.
And unraveling mysteries in our true crime chronicles. And that's just the beginning of what's happening on Daily Blast Live this November. We never stop talking about what you're talking about.
Welcome back to DBL. For more than 13 years, Bravo has been turning housewives into overnight stars. Women like Nene Leakes, Bethany Frankel, Teresa Giudice, and the OG herself, Vicki Gunvalson. Andy Cohen's popular Real Housewives franchise has spanned several cities from all over the country, but a new franchise will debut next year, the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. That's right. So DBL Nation, what do you think about this choice? Let's get right to your comments. Good for Andy Cohen, by the way.
Killing it.
Crushing.
Ryan Seacrest type hustle, right? All right, let's get to this first one. Chris writes, awesome. So all the housewives in the same house with the same husband. I think just because we say Salt Lake City, everyone automatically thinks
That's the joke.
Mormon,
Right,
sister wives, that whole thing. But I just look at this. I hope they don't have to turn up and get too ratchet, because I think they're gonna. I think it's gonna be boring. So they're gonna have to do too much, if you know what I mean. So, I mean, hey, you're gonna get your own show. Good luck. Just remember, your grandparents are watching.
That's a good word. Thank you.
Christine lives in Utah and writes, hoping it's not another episode of Sister Wives. Keep true to the Real Housewife craziness. I'm hoping for a good mix of LDS and non-LDS women. We're not all Mormon here. I shall tune in for some SLC drama. You love your abbreviations. Thanks for writing in, love. And it's also awesome to hear someone from Utah. I'll be honest, everyone's going to hate me for this. I'm not the biggest Housewives fan. So, I'm just like, I've been to Utah.
That's almost worse than going after the Swifties now. Watch out.
Okay, there's a comment coming up that I really agree with, so I'm going to wait, and I'm going to agree with my comment that's coming up next.
Okay.
If we get time.
All right. Renee says, I thought for sure that Chicago would be next. I'm with you, Renee. I think Salt Lake City is an interesting choice, though. I don't know a lot about Utah. I think it will set itself apart from the other cities and casts. Renee, I don't know. I don't know a lot about Salt Lake City, so it might be nice to see that side of things. I just wonder, though, would it work if people weren't dumping tables over and throwing drinks in each other's faces? What if they actually got along? Would that be a franchise people would watch, or they want to watch the train wreck?
I don't know. It could be like Friends, and people in America seem to love that, didn't they?
Wait, would just to answer your question, would me and Erica's debate go viral if we were just sitting there having normal conversation?
I know, but I like to think that.
But exactly, it's good TV. You need a heightened sense of yourselves.
Yeah.
So I think all the table flipping and wine and track pulling out, that's just good TV. People want to see that.
Acting ratchet.
And acting ratchet and eat bonbons on the couch.
There we go. Got to the bottom of that. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
Welcome back to Daily Blast Live. Now, when it comes to financially supporting your adult kids, how much should you be helping them? Budgetologist Felicia Jones is here to discuss this on today's Dollars and Cents presented by John Hancock. Felicia, great to have you back in studio.
Thank you for having me again.
All right, Felicia, I'm going to read this quick quote because I had to look at this twice.
Okay.
I was astonished, before we start. Listen to this, Felicia. 79% of parents are still helping their adult children in some financial way, but the question is, how much are they actually actually spending?
You know what? Parents are actually spending up to $500 billion supporting their adult children, and this is double the amount they're actually putting into retirement. So we're going to talk a lot about that today on how it's affecting them and how to get out of it.
Ooh, this is going to be a good topic for everybody.
It's a good one, and it's a little controversial.
I got 2 kids. I'm not going to support them forever, Felicia.
I know. Okay, yeah. So when it comes to supporting adult children, here's what's happening for a lot of people and our viewers. One is creating dependency issues with your kids because they probably are expecting more, and they don't know that you shouldn't be supporting them for the rest of their lives. It's also ruining the retirement income that parents are having.
Right.
Because if you're supporting your kids, that means you're not saving enough, you're not putting as much into retirement, or you're actually blowing all of your retirement not on yourself. And the other thing, which was surprising, is that you may later become a burden to your kids because you've spent all of your money supporting them. Now they will have to support you, and hopefully they figured out how to support themselves by that point.
Exactly, because if I'm supporting my kids my whole life, you better believe I'm moving in with them later on.
So, but don't be a burden.
You're right, you're right.
And then the last one, when it comes to like your relationships, it could be causing financial infidelity. That means a lot of parents are going behind their spouses or partners' back, supporting their kids, and this causes a lot of problems in marriages and in partnerships. So you've got to watch out for that.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
So, you know, for those who are finding themselves in that situation, so here's a couple of things when it comes to stopping this if you want to.
All right, this is the important part. Listen up.
So first, you have to have the talk with your kids. Yeah, not that talk, but this talk.
Gotcha.
You got to have a money talk and be very gentle with it because not everybody's ready to have this discussion. And then when you're having the talk, have a game plan and a timeline. And stick to it. Don't budge from it. Just make sure you know what's going to happen and they understand what's going to happen.
Is this including the spouse as well as the children? Is this the talk for everybody?
It's the talk for everyone.
Okay.
Because some people are supporting their kids and their families.
Okay, gotcha.
You got to pay attention to that. And then offer to support them in different ways. You know, if they are needing a new job that pays more or if they need help finding a job, actually help them search for one, give them introductions to people that could actually work out for them. And then the ultimate goal with all of this is that we want to go from being a parent to a mentor, you know, because the best thing that we can do as parents is to be financially independent ourselves, but also teach our kids how to do that, even our adult kids.
That's a good one because you don't want to enable your children. You want to be a mentor, which might be hard.
Yes, exactly.
This one hit home for me, Felicia. I'm sure with a lot of people at home as well. Great job. Thank you so much. To submit your financial questions for the next Dollars and Cents, please email askmrsjones@dailyblastlive.com. And for info about life insurance and retirement planning, call John Hancock at 1-800-978-0663. We'll be right back.
Today's Sandals word of the day is holiday.
English, wasn't it? Not vacation,
but
holiday.
Welcome back. Usually we like sharing viewer comments, but I thought today it was a little special since you had a viral moment. Let's read some of the Swiftie comments you got.
Swifties, here we go. This one comes from Taylor Liberal 13. We'll have your phone number in a few hours. Good luck.
Wow.
Another one says one reason why women are not allowed to react is because men like Brandon London who think themselves as superior. One more time. And this morning I go, good morning world. Someone goes, wait, they go,
something,
but not from you. I can't find it.
All right, take it easy, I'll be. We'll see you guys tomorrow.